Greetings YouTube and welcome back to another vlog. How is everyone doing today? I hope everyone is well. Sorry for the lack of videos within the last few weeks. I've just been busy and honestly I've not really had much to think about really. It's I don't know, it's been hard thinking of the topics. I get like that sometimes where no matter what ideas you try and think of, nothing comes to mind. But I've got some pickups to show you today, and before I do, I just want to have a little word about YouTube. What on earth is going on with the comments? I know YouTube just seems to have a thing where they're just deleting people's comments without any rhyme or reason, and yeah, a few of my subscribers have said that some of their comments are just being deleted, and I can't see any of them. I mean, yeah, I've seen quite a few comments, but a few comments are just automatically getting deleted because, oh yeah, it doesn't fit YouTube's agenda or whatever, because they don't want to offend people. But you know what? Just let people say whatever they want. If it upsets people, so be it, because, as I say, you can't please everyone. As far as I'm concerned, just say whatever on your mind, get it out of the way. I may not necessarily have to agree with an opinion, but I respect it all the same because I can tell that you're being yourself. Because there's a lot of comments that you see that look like you think to yourself, you can tell that this person's pussyfooting because they don't want to upset the minority who probably don't give two shits about you. It's as simple as that. Yeah, ignore the minority, say what you want, and if it gets you into trouble, so be it. That's the consequence. You're gonna. Sometimes it's worth taking the risk, but you have to know that you have to be really careful what you say. But well, on YouTube, it's annoying because yeah, it's not allowing YouTube to express themselves. I know it's a bit ironic that YouTube used to be about broadcasting yourself, but you're not allowed to be yourself because oh you'll get into trouble. Oh, what you said's a little bit inappropriate, even when there is worse things going on in this world, and yet the worst things that are going on, people just the woke minority just wants to ignore it. The stuff that's most important, they don't care. But what isn't important is the stuff that they seem to get riled up about. I mean, just be yourself. There's no two ways about it. Just be yourself. If it gets you into trouble, so be it. That's life. I know I've said this many times in a few of my other videos, but it bears repeating. Yeah, I don't know. I just hate how people's freedom of speech is being there. How can I put it? The free speech is being well eradicated. That's the word I was trying to think of. Because you don't want that. You have to have a corporate opinion. Yeah, corporate opinions. There you can get on your bike with them. I honestly don't get it. And stuff like this is one of the reasons why I'm glad I don't go to school anymore. In fact, well, I haven't been to I left school in the 2010s. That's 13 years ago. Yeah, the stuff they're teaching children in school is just ridiculous. Like, I know apparently some headmistress or head teacher, or whatever, yeah, they got into trouble because they didn't want one of the students identifying themselves as a cat. What the actual fuck is that about? Yeah, the fucking right. You're not. Yeah, just identify yourself as a person, whether you want to be a boy or a girl, man or woman, or I don't know, them pronouns, which I know, yeah, some stuff like that. It is confusing because some people, I mean, like 1% will get mad at you if you assume their gender. But why get mad at people who don't know who you are? Yeah, and it's like they're expecting everyone to know the pronouns or whatever they want to be called. It's just it's an absolute mess. It's confusing. Yet they expect everyone to remember everything. It's hard to remember what I had for my tea on Thursday, for example. How am I supposed to remember what I watched as a morning back in 1996? I don't know because I was 2 years old. They expect you to remember things that most people struggle with. It's it's an absolute joke. I mean, I haven't got. I mean, if you want to identify yourself as a cat, so be it. Though you're gonna get some, you're gonna get ridiculed for it. I'm afraid to say. I know what I'm saying may sound harsh, but unfortunately, life is harsh. So yeah, the world has just gone absolutely crazy, and what I'm saying is probably nothing compared to what it's going to be in the future. What are you going to identify yourself next? I don't know. Are you going to identify yourself as a red flannel like what I'm wearing? Are you going to identify yourself as a can of Pepsi Max? What else do you want me to show you? My fucking mouse for the computer, wireless. Yeah, I don't know. And that's another story. That's a story for another day. So I'll just move on. Oh, so now I'm on to the pickups, and this is a piece of media that I regret getting rid of quite a few years ago. I shown one of these in a live stream I did a few years ago. It was a yeah, it was a film I did have. I got rid of it and I rebought it, but I will show you that one anyway. But yeah, the films that I've got, except for one, it is on a piece of media that I regret getting rid of years ago. I mean, it's not DVD. I mean, we've all had DVD in the past, but it's some piece of media that I regret getting rid of. But you know what? I decided to get back into this, and I've decided to collect VHS tapes once again. I know one of the reasons why I thought about collecting VHS is because there are some films that are surprisingly that I find to be cheaper on eBay than the Blu-ray counterparts. Than the Blu-ray releases, yeah, if you know what I mean. Uh, and also, there are some films that you can only get on VHS or DVD, but not Blu-ray. If you catch my drift. I mean, I know most of these films well, most of this stuff I got you can get on Blu-ray, but I don't. I thought I'd buy it on DVD. On VHS because the price that I see for some of them were cheaper. So I thought I'd get back into VHS because I don't know it means an awful lot to me. So anyway, let's get on with the first film. So this one is a Mel Brooks classic from 1974, and I'm sure you know which film it is. Yeah, it's the legendary Blazing Saddles. Oh yeah, what a film this is. I know I know it's probably one of the most offensive movies going, but I don't care. It's just an absolute classic film with Mel Brooks and the late Gene Wilder, who of course I mean I like him in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. The only Charlie and the Chocolate Factory film I like, well, Willy Wonka, because that one with Johnny Depp. I remember watching that back in 2005. and I thought it was absolutely shit. And I don't know, Johnny Depp just came across as, I don't know, bit creepy in that film. For being honest with you, I don't know. I thought he was. If it's hard, it looked like he was coming across as a bit of a nonce, though I know he isn't. But anyway, but yeah, absolutely fantastic film, and yeah, I mean, I do like a few like comedy western films, and this is one of the absolute best, if not the best. But yeah, one of my favorite parts in that film is the campfire scene. You know, where they're all farting because they're eating beans. Yeah, the sound effects are fake, but I don't know. It always makes me crack. Always cracks me up. It really, really does. But yeah, I know. My brother had this film on DVD as well, but thought I'd go and get it on VHS. Yeah, it only cost me like £3, so I can't really complain. Next, there is the VHS tape that I shown in the live vlog, not a live vlog, a live stream I did quite a few years ago. Yeah, yeah. This is in my top three favorite movies of all time. I've talked to a few people about this. It's one of my favorite films, one of my dad's all-time favorites, and probably my late granddad's as well. Yeah, I showed this film in the previous one. I sold it and I bought it back. And that is, of course, The Great Escape with Steve McQueen. Yeah, Steve McQueen, James Garner, Richard Attenborough. Yeah, Charles Bronson. There's lot of pop, quite a lot of familiar faces in that. You know, I've, I mean, this film is on every single Christmas. I have to watch it every single Christmas. I know. The thing is, I know it's not a Christmas film or anything like that, but it always reminds me of Christmas time because it's always on, whether it be on like the BBC channels or Channel 4. Yeah, I know. I don't know why it reminds me of that, but yeah, I absolutely love this film to hell and back. I know, even though Steve McQueen's character, even though he doesn't escape in the end, you always like to think that you always like to think that imagine if he did escape, you know. But I don't know. I just think this is a masterpiece of a film. I mean, I do like some of other. I like some of his other films. Yeah, Steve McQueen like Bullet, but I don't know. I Nothing for me beats The Great Escape. I just yeah, what a film. Yeah, and the film's now 60 years old. Now it is a very nostalgic film for me, and I had this film as a kid, but sorry about that. Needed a drink, but but this is a film, yeah, that I absolutely loved as a kid. It's still quite funny to this day, and yeah, I know it's based off it's based off the characters that are in Harry Enfield and Chums, which is of course Kevin and Perry, the two teenagers. Yeah, but yeah, some of the funny skits are like the one where Perry's been to see Oasis, absolutely fantastic, and the one where yeah, Kevin and Perry they meet a new girl, which is absolutely hilarious, and of course there's good film. Yeah, so Harry Enfield and Kathy Burke, yeah, once again, he reprised the roles as Kevin and Perry in the film Kevin and Perry Go Large. Yeah, this is an absolutely it's a funny film. So basically the premise of this film is like yeah, Kevin and Perry yeah, they go on a quest to lose their virginity and become the world's top DJ mix masters. Yeah, but yeah, this is just it's a really funny film. I wouldn't say it's a masterpiece or anything, not a 10 out of 10, but I don't know. It's just a fun film to watch, and the soundtrack in this film is absolutely fantastic as well. I mean, I know I'm mostly more of a rock person and all that lot, but I don't know. I quite like some of the trance music that was around this time because this film came out in 2000, so that's 23 years ago. But yeah, they're two of my favorite characters in Harry Enfield and Chums. But I mean, I'll tell you what I would have liked to see. Now, imagine if yeah, were the Scousers? I wish they did the film with the Scousers though, because I think they're like some of my favorite ones. And Wayne and Waynetta, yeah, absolutely fantastic. So yeah, two more. There's two more tapes left. One more movie and another. Well, the last two. Sorry, getting mixed up. So one of them's a movie and one of them isn't. So yeah. Well, I've already showed you a Mel Brooks and Gene Wilder film. Guess what? I've got another one here, and that is the 1967 or was it 1968 film The Producers. Yeah, I think this was 67 actually. What an absolutely hilarious film I done. I remember watching it for the first time as a kid. My sides were absolutely splitting. I know that apparently, I don't know. Yeah, apparently this is regarded as Mel Brooks' best film by many people. I mean, I still think Blazing Saddles is his best, but this one is just absolutely fantastic. Yeah, and they set off to go and do like they set off to do like the worst play, yeah, the worst show going, but it ends up being a success, they have to keep doing the same show over and over again, and yeah, they keep doing the show, and even though they hate making it, yeah, the producers keep asking them to make it, and no matter how much they dislike making the shows, the audience seem to love it. But I've not watched this film in quite a long time, but it is absolutely hilarious. I recommend that. And the last tape that I've got is one that I mean, I grew up with these as a kid, and I know you can. There's three of them you can get on VHS, and then I know there was a fourth one, but I didn't really particularly care for that one as much. But yeah, this takes me back to my childhood. I grew up with this, and the animation on this still holds up extremely well. Yeah, and it's Wallace and Gromit, The Wrong Trousers from 1993. So yeah, this the second Wallace and Gromit. Yeah, the second Wallace and Gromit. I'm not sure if it's. I wouldn't exactly call it like an episode. I think it's more like it's an animation, obviously. I think it's more like the second in like the series because yeah, the first Wallace and Gromit is my favorite one, which is A Grand Day Out from 1989. Even though that one is my favorite because that's probably the one I watched the most as a kid. As a Yeah, as an animated film, considering this is only half an hour long, The Wrong Trousers, it's the best one. I will say it's the best one made. Though I have a lot more memories and a lot more nostalgia with A Grand Day Out, where Wallace and Gromit go to the moon. But yeah, this one is absolutely hilarious. I mean, yeah, I'm surprised at how well the animation is held up in this. Yeah, and yeah, the bit where they're chasing the penguin on on the toy train at the end is just so it's one of the most impressive things for an animated kid show. Yeah, Yeah, and of course, Nick Park, he would go on to do Chicken Run, which I remember liking that film when I was younger. Not sure if it's something that I'd go back to these days, but I don't know. I may watch it again and see what I think. But yeah, the third Wallace and Gromit film, which is also on VHS, which is what was it? A Close Shave for the introduction of Shaun the Sheep, which I mean that one is very good, but I prefer A Grand Day Out and Wrong Trousers. And then there was a fourth Wallace and Gromit which came out in 2008. I mean, before that there was the movie called The Curse of the Were Rabbit, which I gotta be honest with you, I didn't enjoy it all that much. I thought Wallace and Gromit worked better as like a short, like 30-minute animation, but I don't know, as the film it just didn't grip me. But then they did make a fourth Wallace and Gromit animation called The Matter of Loaf and Death, where it's got Sally Lindsay. If you don't know who she is, she used to play Shelley in Coronation Street. Yeah, back when I used to watch Corrie, haven't watched that show in God knows how long, and I don't intend to watch any soap opera now. Yeah, that one. Even though the animation on that one was the best, for obviously, I don't know, the story and the plot just didn't feel as compelling as A Grand Day Out, The Wrong Trousers, and I don't know what one of the cats is scratching outside my door, telling me to let him in. But if I let him in, watch him just walk all over the keyboard and pause the video, and I'd be like, oh bollocks, I gotta do it again, or I gotta re-edit it. But I'm not. But as I'm saying, a matter of life and death, even though it is a play on the matter of life and death, which is a movie in itself from like the 1940s, as it wasn't as good as the first three Walter Grommets, which I mentioned were A Grand Day Out, The Wrong Trousers, and A Close Shave. And that's that. And I'm hoping to buy a few more videotapes. But, of course, I'm still going to buy the Blu-rays and all that lot. But yeah. But yeah, recently I haven't really bothered buying any video games, you know. I don't know. At the moment, I'm just content with what I have. Though I'm selling quite a few on for not just financial reasons, but I don't know. I just want to try and grow like a decent movie collection, you know, because I've realised that I've concentrated far too much of my time, for a good decade, just mostly collecting video games and not really concentrated on films much. Yeah, it made me realise that I would be better off spending most of the money on films because I know I will watch them because I've bought games many times and I've never had a chance to bother popping them in and playing them. Yeah, I've done that mistake many times of buying video games for the sake of it. So I've realised that if I'm going to buy video games, at least make sure it's a one that you're going to play. However, if it's something that you may realise that it isn't for you, just get rid. You know, because I believe in quality over quantity. You know, I used to forget about the quality because I thought I'll just buy it because everyone else has bought it without going into it and thinking for myself. And that's really it. And I think I better. I don't know. Yeah, I think my cat's hungry. So anyway, I think I better end the vlog here. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Sorry it's not as long as some of my other vlogs, but I haven't really had much to talk about, you know, other than showing like my VHS tapes and just a little chat. Yeah, I'm hoping to do a bit better next time, and you never know. Hopefully, I'll do another video by next week. I've just been far too busy and haven't had the same amount of motivation that I would usually have. So until then, I hope you all have a good day and take care.